Hello there guys, how are you all doing today? We are going to be jumping into another Challenger Division matchup. Obviously we have Poligon versus Flowstate here. We are on Dust 2 and it's going to be an absolutely amazing one, but what are your thoughts jumping into this one, Charlie?
Yeah, I think this is going to be another absolutely incredible game. I know it's one that I know we've been looking forward to. Polygon are 0-1 this season. They've certainly looked better in previous seasons. To point out, they are one of the teams who have made it all the way from public to Challenger, which is really great to see. They had a bit of a standard season in the Challenger Division last time, but this is their second season here in the Challenger Division. So this is where we want to see them really step up. On the side of Flowstate, though, they are 2-0, so they're looking great. They're jumping straight into this pistol already.
Yeah, Flowstate starting on the T side. I feel like I'm at like Dust. It's not too dependent on siding. Obviously, you can get your economy going on the CT side. You can get those double orbs in play. I feel like the CT side, you can have that favouring, but I guess we'll get to see it here in the server today. But as the kills come through, back to a 4-on-4. I say that just as Slayers falls. And now, this 4-on-3... Oh, Parley does a great job at bringing man advantage back their way. And as the smoke fades, Parley finds another. What a round from Parley. Gets the 4K in that one. That is ridiculous. A great way there for Polygon to keep themselves taking that pistol. And what a start here for Polygon.
Yeah, it's exactly what they need. It's not been the best season for them so far. I mean, they've only played one game, but an 0-1 record obviously isn't the be-all and end-all. But this is a very important game for Polygon, just to be able to sort of turn the tides of how the season's going and what a round it was.
And you've got to imagine Flowstate going to be disappointed with the result of that one. It seemed as though they had that round completely in the palm of their hands. Nice shot from Metix there to eliminate Cade. And we're going to see Elnu find this frag as well. All the kills going the way here of Poligon. Obviously, just this eco from Flowstate, but a round like this can instill some confidence, especially in a player like Metix. Finding two with the scout, definitely going to be confident on the big green later on. Maybe we'll see a double up in play, you never know. Metix.
Did he even see him?
Well, you never know, just fast reaction time, I guess.
Yeah, that is pretty unbelievable stuff. Metix finds 4 in this one. So Polygon 0-2 start, 2-0, sorry, start. With all 5 players surviving as well. Obviously, it's not going to be a great buy. It is going to be a bit of a bonus round, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say full bonus, really. It's just Elnu on a premium
yeah,
weapon.
I mean, Scout can be very strong.
FAMAS as well. So, it's not all too bad. I feel like we're definitely going to be seeing these MP9s playing this close proximity position. But look at this long take here. Polygon going to be getting very aggressive. Parley kicks things off nicely. Oh, Zawalio, though, with a quick double. Cade's flash, absolutely immense. And our Lusher searching for the player towards Car. That is Metix. We do... Oh, I was going to say we do have a Molotov on the side of Flowstate. In fact, we don't. Thought they'd just molly straight towards Car, but they've already used that early utility. So Walio finds another. Has found all 3 in this round so far. And Cade progresses up short. Surely Polygon just need to save in this one. No real need to even give it a crack. Realistically, this one's already over.
They are going to be backing away with these weapons. Luckily, it's sort of the best 2 weapons are going to be making their way out of this round with their lives still intact. So they shouldn't have any issues with the buy in the next. Obviously, the loss bonus is going to be non-existent for Polygon. It's going to be that 1,400, but players like Metix can get a great buy out.
Only you can drop an M4.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it should just be a full buy in general, and that's going to make up for it, I suppose. But the issue is, it feels like, despite Flowstate obviously having the better weapons, it feels like maybe you want to see a little more from Polygon in terms of the util department, because that's where they did have the one-up on Flowstate.
Yeah.
They found the opening kill towards long, and then there was a bit of a split in the attack. First player went down, and then it was a little while before the second went out on SWAT. So Walio, it felt a little too easy for him to find those kills.
Yeah, especially as we had 4 players towards long there from Polygon. It seemed as though the read was perfect. They should have been able to just capitalize on that long aggression from Flowstate quite easily. But I guess the AKs and the flashbang from Cade was just enough. But Polygon, they bring out the big green. Metix operating on the AWP. So a nice buy here for Polygon. They definitely can take down Flowstate here.
Yeah, Metix is going to be glass cannon him. No armor behind that AWP, but obviously you're not planning on getting tagged too much with it, so it shouldn't be that big an issue, hopefully. But another long take, and Zawalio, once again, just a double. Flashbang's very strong from Flowstate there, but once again, it seems a little too easy. It seems like the flashbangs are just a pretty basic part of a long take, and it seems like Polygon don't really have a response for them.
Also, it was the positioning that they were playing in. 2 out in the open, you're expecting maybe 1 in pit and 1 towards the corner. And the flashbang, yeah, it's going to blind them, but they can still fall back. But both of them completely out in the open. It's not as though it was a fast long take either. It was just poor positioning there from Metix and Alex J. The AWP can be retrieved here from Flowstate as well. Obviously, we've seen a lot of life from Bells on that AWP in previous games. So whether we'll see it in this round is the question, but hasn't opted to pick it up yet.
Fred, if Polygon actually opted to save this, they can get a buyout in the next round. The player spotted towards Gandalf. He's surely going to get taken down in a matter of time, and K does find him. So no chance for that 3-man save, but these Elnu and Slayers, they were the players that saved last round. They could be doing the same thing here.
And they can, you know, I feel like we might see a buy from Polygon again, but potentially, let's just leave long alone. Let's just let Sawalio have some long control, because not many are taking it off him. Nice find from Slayers there.
That's an AK that can be retrieved as well, but you can see Bells wants to try to take that weapon out of his hands.
Ooh, nice there from Bells. And now we surely should just see an eco from Polygon.
Yeah, I feel like even with Slayers staying alive, I don't know if it'd be worth Polygon going for the full investment. Yes, Elnu and Slayers could have bought. Yuta would be very limited though, along with sort of, there would be a weaker weapon as well. So it'd be a bit of maybe even a 50-50 if they've even opted for the buy. But yeah, like you mentioned, with Slayers falling, that's basically going to seal that.
But now, back to a level playing field. As I mentioned before, should just be this half buy from Slayers, eco from Metix, Alex J and Parley. But I feel like Polygon, they had a great start. That kind of quad kill from Parley on the pistol, and then obviously we had those signs of success from Metix on the scout. It seems as though they did a really good job early on, and now they seem to be struggling.
As time goes on, Flowstate's buy is just going to continue to get better and better. I mean, you saw first full buy they had was AKs with limited util. Next one was just sort of the AKs with good util. This one, now it's the util along with the AWP, with the rifle supporting it. So it does feel like Flowstate's buy has just gotten better and better.
And also look at the money in the bank.
Worse.
Flowstate, they've got so much money in the reserve. Bells and Lush are both above 5k. Yeah, I feel like Polygon potentially do just need to respect, you know, the Flowstate long reaggression. I feel like if you failed it the first time, second time it was poor positioning. I think you just need to understand, let's just give them long. We don't have really a response to Sawalio, and you don't really want to give a player like Sawalio some confidence, because swinging out long, finding 2 in back-to-back rounds, single-handedly giving your team those 2 rounds, you really don't want to just kind of give that to such a strong, mechanically gifted player so early on, because we're 4 rounds into it, but we know that Sawalio brimming with confidence just off the back of those 2. So they definitely want to try and put a muzzle on this individual, but it's going to be a tough one. Oh, and Bell's on the AWP here. Surely got this kill guaranteed, and there we have it. Swing comes through, and Sawalio will take down Elnu, so that is the only real weapon on the Polygon side being taken down. We do have Metix on the scout, but seeing as the B bomb site that we're going to be retaken into, I say retaken, the kills are found before the bomb even goes down, as KD does just get that triple.
Yeah, Flowstate really coming into their own now. Polygon can get an investment out. AWP's being dropped over to Metix. Has to be able to find more success than he did in the previous.
Yeah, most definitely.
No defuse kit though, Fred. Going to be interesting to see if that has any part in how this one goes.
Oh, we're seeing this long take.
In, and there you go. We don't really see nearly as much util come over from Polygon initially. And Flowstate don't really have much util of their own, so it just seems quite a simple shot there for Metix.
Oh, and this smoke from Metix is going to completely bait in Alex J. We'll be progressing through long doors, but we've got the B retake smokes, or the B fake smokes coming through. Metix, oh, gets one. Elnu will find a frag before going down. 3 on 2 here. There is a real chance that Flowstate can still win this one, but that frag onto Cade, so important. It's a Lusher 1 versus 3 here. It's going to be such a tough one, but I like how Lusher's playing this. He knows he needs to take a fight, and there we have it. Brings it to a 1-on-2. Surely this round can't go the way of Flowstate. No, that's perfect from Metics. Really good stuff there.
I like the attempt there from Flowstate. The understanding of, okay, we've just lost a player long, let's go fast towards mid, we'll hit the B split. But the fact that Metics found that kill through the smoke, great stuff in general. It looks like we're going to be seeing a double AWP, Fred.
I like it. I feel like the double AWP, we touched upon it, you know, earlier on, and it is nice to see. Parley going to be wielding that secondary AWP. Obviously, the double AWP being quite a costly affair, but either way, you can just hold down those two sight lines with ease, and definitely understand why they've opted for it.
Yeah, it's really a map where you can really wield the AWP anywhere. There's no sort of positional, this one you can't really do it as well. It feels like it is just so instrumental wherever the AWP decides to play.
I feel like you can...
been taken from Flowstate though.
It's not just us too, though. I feel like CT side Mirage, you can kind of have that similar impact. I feel like the double AWP on CT side Mirage is less common, but I still feel like it's definitely prevalent. We've seen it quite a lot, and you understand to why. But Bell's taking down Metics, the first AWP duel of the game, going the way of Flowstate. Oh, and the boost here could be brilliant. Leaving the AWP though towards CT. They have just boosted up Slayers. Now the util's going to be coming through. Slayers, the molly going to force him out. Needs to try and find a kill here, but Dima in the backlines does find one. Oh, and Elnu gets eliminated as well. It's just Alex J remaining, the final player towards short. We'll get one, but now his position has been made known, and I think we might see a hunt here. Oh, but Bells is on the angle, and simple stuff. Flowstate, they've looked brilliant here. Their full buys just looking so strong and winning that round so comfortably. 4 players surviving, and look at the money they've got to work with. 4 players above that 7k mark.
It feels like Flowstate, their money is in such a great position. Polygon, certainly the complete reverse. Gonna be a pause here. Tactical one, called from Alex J. Obviously, it's just gonna have to be the eco round regardless of Polygon. It is the 2.4k loss bonus, so they will have enough to buy in the next. Elnu can drop over an AWP as well.
I feel like it's quite unfortunate. Metics has had the AWP quite a lot. Obviously, we saw that double AWP in the last Parley. Both AWPers really not finding that much impact. And it's devastating to see because on such an important map for the AWP, it seems as though Polygon don't seem to be able to kind of find that comfort on that CT side.
I mean, it's one of the interesting things about Dust. It's obviously on paper is a reasonably even map, a slight edge to the CT side, but the CT side can be a really dominant side of Dust too. But it has to be down to the economy of the CT side. It really has to be under control. You have to be able to bring out those AWPs, the double AWPs if you do want, but you just have to have a stable economy. You can't really have too many limitations where it feels like Polygon in almost every single one of their buys, there's been limitations. Their economy's been very hard to handle. And in fact, it's been Flowstate, the ones who have really thrived in the economy department.
And I feel like the fact that Flowstate are looking so good here on the T side and economy's looking great, even on the full buys that Flowstate can lose, if they find a couple kills onto Polygon, they're going to be on a weaker buy anyway. And seeing as they've got so much money in the reserve, we're still going to be seeing a strong one from Flowstate. So you've got to imagine all they need to do is just keep their economy going on these ecos, not lose a pick in this round, and realistically, against their next full buy, they can still lose it, and they're going to be getting multiple buys afterwards, whereas Polygon, their money's certainly not looking too great. Might get gifted a kill here. It's DMAC getting very aggressive, but we'll just back away. 19 HP will be the indicator of the retreat.
Seems like the low HP players don't really want to give up the kill, which I like. Sometimes you can see these players just be aware they're against an eco and sort of regardless of their health, give it a bit of a go. But Flowstate understand their economy's in a good position. There's no need to give anything up. And I mentioned, also we've just been seeing constant limitations from Polygon. We're going to see the exact same thing here. Alex J, Honor for Mass. Util's a bit limited on players like Metics.
And Slayer was the only one who could have invested in a kit alongside Alex J, but opted against it. Played for the util, but with only one kit, if Alex goes down, they do need to make sure they do retrieve that. Especially if you're retaking a bomb site like the B, because it's so tough to retake. I feel like that is where the retakes are going to be fairly slow, but I don't think we're going to be seeing Flowstate leaning towards B anytime soon, as Alasha taking some control towards long. Oh, somehow still finds that frag. Flashbang will come through, but no one took a swing with it. A flash blinding all three aggressors on Flowstate towards long. Sadly, as we did see Slayers go down, no utilizing of that piece of util. Another flash coming through here. Oh, and Cade finds that kill with ease. Alex J still alive and kicking. Oh, Dima, if you can find both of them here. Luckily, Elnu finding that frag brings it onto a 2-on-3, and with Alasha fairly low, you've got to imagine Polygon definitely do have a chance in this one, but they just cannot give up the next pick. But Bells goes and finds it with the AWP. Alex J jiggling just for some information. Don't think he realised it would be the last thing he does in this round.
Elnu once again forced to save. It feels like it's been hit countless times, sort of locked out of these rounds. Got to try to keep hold of his weapon again, but we are seeing a bit of a hunt here. Sawalio pushing lower tunnels, has the option to find him, and he certainly does. Clean spray. He's looking really primed with these sprays this game. Had some great moments, individual brilliance.
And just that one kill alone, not only will it restrict the economy, but it doesn't give much for Polygon to fight with. Yes, they've got that full loss bonus. If we saw an M4 accompanied by a couple deagles, you can still see those rounds going the way of the CTs. Whereas the fact that they are just going to have these pistols in play, realistically, you'd still have to heavily favour Flowstate. It's not as though Polygon have much to work with. And I feel like in those type of rounds, when you've got an eco or a half-by accompanied by a rifle, you really can see a lot of signs of success. But seeing as it is just the deagles, I don't think they're going to be able to do much here.
Few players have invested in a decent amount of play, like Metix. Just buying that deagle is going to restrict his util in the next, but nice find from Parlay. Dima potentially a bit too inquisitive.
And obviously that kill not only has made it a bit easier for Polygon, it's given them an AK.
It should be dropped over to either Slayers or Parlay. They're the two with rifles. Sorry, not rifles. They're the two with armor. Parlay again with this deagle. That's his second kill in this round.
It's just going to be
they realise, yeah, we're starting to get crunched on. We're starting to lose plays very quickly. Let's just hit this side. That's an AWP that can be picked up. Very quick from short. Parlay with his third into the round. Hitting that 4. He's on for the ace. Started with just a deagle. And Elnu finishes things off. Such a great round from Parlay. Such a great round from Polygon. We mentioned, I mean, these rounds can be won with the M4. Polygon do it without.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Obviously, we saw that aggression towards tunnels after that kill came through, but Flowstate, they just seem completely oblivious of that flank. And obviously, with Parley getting that kill, picking up the AWP, we saw still 2 players towards short that just didn't really want to hold behind, had no real intention of looking in the flanks. Elisha, interesting spray.
Yeah, it does get taken down for it. Really, really committed to that running spray there.
Yeah.
Mario, I mentioned his great spray. Little bit laboured here. Does a lot of damage to Slayers though. The Slayers might try to get one before falling. Does find one. Got a chance for the second, and even on the low HP finds 2.
Dima though progresses up short. Does find 1. Not an easy round here, but I love this play from Dima. Drops into CT. Does find 1, and Parley takes down the rotating player. We're going to see a smoke towards CT. And the B bomb site completely open. It's going to be a bit of a foot race, but look at Dima playing behind this smoke. It's all going to be about timing. We do have Slayers progressing down middle now, but Alex J being the full HP one. If Alex J goes down here, it would be absolutely devastating. Oh, and he does fall. They're aware of the player towards middle as well. This is a 2 versus 4. That's gone very wrong, Charlie. How is this ever the kind of consequence of the round? That is ridiculous. I can't believe that's how it went. Oh, that was a 2v5 even.
Yeah, 2v5. I absolutely love that play from Dima. Understands they need to take something. They need to sort of make a bit of a risky play and take some control. So many kills have been found, as well as control from Polygon in that round. Dima just pushes through short, finds the player, and instantly drops towards CD, catches off 2 players, and then makes the round doable. And then great play in general. Bells finds one, and just really puts that round into disarray. But that was a round that should be a guarantee for Polygon. Flowstate finding 7 off of that, and their money's still looking perfect.
Oh, last bullet there, Dima. Very cheeky stuff. Something to mention, Charlie, I don't know if you've seen, but look at the economy for Polygon. Very split. Metics and Slayers just wanted to go for a half, didn't need to fully invest. Obviously, Metics does have the AWP, but did have the money for that hero AWP. Whereas we've seen a full investment from Alex, Parley, and Elnu. And oh, they're getting peppered down by the AKs as they swing across CT. Dima finds another. Sawalio eliminates Metics, and it's just Parley remaining. But it's clear that there's some slight communication issues for this Polygon side, because the money alone really does just indicate that. And Flowstate, they've won the half, and I wonder what we're going to see here. Surely it has to be an eco or a half buy from Polygon.
I'm interested in terms of how Metics got that AWP out. I don't know if he bought it himself.
I think it was saved. Obviously, he had the saved one in the round previous, so didn't have to invest.
But he had about, what was it? Something
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5k in the bank. He also had armor and AWP and util.
Yeah.
That's like a 7k investment at least.
Yeah, it's...
So it just seems too expensive. A few of the players had pistols and no money in the reserves. So I'm questioning maybe someone like Alex J dropped that over. But Metics really struggling to find the same level of impact with this AWP. I don't really think we're looking at Bells and thinking he's such an impactful player in this one. Just the presence that he's showing, the impact he's having, while not really being the star player in this game, it certainly does ring true with just the performance he's having. 9-4, but he's really helping set up players like Dima, players like Sawalio.
Yeah, I feel like as well, it might just be a kill or two here or there, but that is just enough. That's all you need to find. You don't need to have those kind of crazy 3Ks every single round. If you're just doing the simple stuff, opening things up for your team, that's all you really need. And I feel like Bells definitely has been doing that in this game. Oh, KD, that is disgusting. Just a perfect, perfect. Crosshair placement, counter strafing, just everything.
Understanding that the player can be there is a real joy to behold. No one saving in this one for Polygon, and once again another round where plenty of players survive for Flowstate. 4 keeping alive in that one.
That tap just got me lost for words.
But it's the money again, Fred, for Polygon.
Yeah, it's really rough.
That wasn't a great buy in that round, and yet here we are with another weak buy.
It seems as though they might have only had 2-3 actual full investments. You know, full util, everyone on M4s, AWPs in play, and they've had full loss bonus quite a lot of the time. This round's going quite well for them as they do find the 2 openers. Elnu does get taken down by Alasha, and we're going to see this aggression from Alasha once again. Brings it to a level playing field, and I think Alasha's hungry for some more. Might see a flashbang coming over the top. So we do have Dima. Surely going to be lining one up soon, but oh, Alasha finds another. Is on for the ace at the moment.
Yeah, Lustra's actually had quite a tough game so far. I believe they have 3. Yeah, they've had 3 kills before this round. Doubled that so far. Is certainly having the capabilities of this ace.
Oh, and
finds the 4, swinging for the final one, but Slayers hits the headshot. Bells in a really exposed position. If they miss this shot, it could all be done, but
just took their
for
time.
the jiggle. Yeah, there's no need to rush that one. You can. I feel like that's when you really can see the difference between a good AWP and a great AWP, but just the ability to hold your nerve in those situations. You see the jiggle. You've got the understanding that the pressure's all on you here. You're up against this weak buy, and it's just never a fun situation to be in. But Alasha and obviously Bells, great round from them.
Oh, I like that molly. We'll deny any cross into lower tunnels. But yeah, I feel like you will see some AWPers that aren't 100% confident going for that shot, and then they take it, caught out in the open, they go down. Bells realistically could have taken the shot there. I believe for the majority of those jiggles, the player was still spotted, but why take the shot? If you're not 100%, especially when you're out in the open, why take the risk? Nice shot from Parley, though. The AWPs finally working their magic on that CT side. I see that. Bells will eliminate Slayers. They've still got a man advantage here, so Walio does retrieve the bomb. They might go for a little bit more here. Boost over the smoke. maybe pushing through on the boost. Oh, they find a kill from it. And a little bit of a run boost as it propels Dima into the site. Was Sawalio to find that kill, in fact. But either way, a 4 versus 3 gone very wrong here for Poligon. And as we're in the final round of the half, we expected a little more from Poligon, but it's just 4 rounds as we will go into the switch. Flowstate, they find 11, and what a dominant half it was. Imagine if Poligon didn't win the pistol, Charlie. We could be looking at a 13-2.
But even that round is another heavily disadvantaged round for Flowstate that they still managed to make work. It was a 5-on-3. And yet you see Bells take the aggression towards CT, and that real magnificent play from those 2 players towards tunnels. Great way to find the AWP parlay, and then just you saw the second player completely caught out of Util in the hand. Just an easy kill to mop things up, but really great stuff from Flowstate in general. On the T side, nonetheless, looking so strong.
It's clear why, they have done so well this season. They're currently 2-0, and I don't think the O is going to be the number that changes in this match, because they are looking primed to take it. They've got a 7-round lead. They're switching to the favoured side. I feel like a lot of teams always going to prefer the CT side in any map. We talk about on Inferno a lot. We see teams win the knife round and they still pick CT, even though it is slightly T-sided, just because of that kind of comfort, that favouring, I guess. I feel like in any game you want to start on that CT side.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange how that sort of works. I mean, we're in a bit of a CT meta in general,
yeah,
so
definitely.
But it always has sort of been. You tend to see the. I believe was Cash T-sided. I think Cash was T-sided. I want to say it was. I remember. I think that was one of the few maps that was T-sided. In fact, Cash was a weird one. I really thought it was going to come back into the map pool when obviously the new sort of rework, I suppose, got released. But yeah, I have not seen it. I don't know if it's going to be in the map pool anytime soon. With obviously Tuscan coming out.
Yeah, I spoke to someone the other day and they kind of questioned, why was there that rework? Don't get me wrong, the map definitely looks cool, but what was the point of it? You're just teasing us. Actually. Really? Well, yeah, I feel like, you've had a lot more years in the game than me. I do like a bit of a change here and there. Something that is
a bit of a change here as Polygon are actually finding success. Surely Sawalio can't make this one work. Elnu does go down. Obviously, Slayers is very low as well. I'm not sure if there's a kit dropped anywhere. Might not matter as Parley's holding the line and does take down Sawalio. It was a risky play there from Parley. They went down. Slayers, 21 points of health. Could have been found quite easily. But Polygon do, in fact, win the second pistol of this game. Winning both now, Fred. And yet they find themselves in significant deficit.
You say Polygon winning both. Parley's winning both, as he's found 7 kills in these pistol rounds. It's kind of ridiculous Polygon. When you think about... Yeah, just Parley go kill. Do what you do best. Bells. Oh, Metix hits the tag, but Bells does just go that one step further.
He's been brought down low as well. I'm not sure where he's been dropped down low to.
Must have been
Lush's scout.
Oh, might have been the scout, actually, yeah.
I'm not sure, but they've been dropped low either way. So this is actually a good-looking round from Flowstate. We're seeing no one get too aggressive, so this is going to make sort of finding these frags significantly harder for Polygon.
Slayer's still going towards long with a Mac 10. Low HP. Not a gunfight I'd ever want to go for. Maybe just pick up the scout on that low HP. Guess there's always a method behind the madness. You're going to be seeing both Elnu and Alex J leading towards middle. Just going to be seeing the Xbox smoke there from Alex J.
Cade's aggressed very deep from short. They can certainly get exposed here.
Oh,
this is really cheeky.
What's the player finds one? That is brilliant.
Yeah, Cade only finds one, but obviously when you get a deagle for a rifle, there's certainly no complaints in an AK nonetheless. That does get retrieved here. Obviously, Slayer's still alive. Still one of the low HP players. Parley's being tagged as well. This is looking like a very strong round from Flowstate. Each one of these players are low. These scout can tag away at everyone. Alusha does find Elnu.
And I love the A setup here. Just double scouts. Why not? It's working. Keep it going. Oh, and Alusha getting the tag again. What a round from the scouts. Alusha finds 3. Bells will get 1 and a tag.
I always feel like these scouts and these force buys can never be underestimated. Especially on a map like Dust 2 with so many long range angles. It if the sort of T side if the T side sort of plays too slow against these scouts, it allows them to find impact, just to find these tags and back off. They don't need to overcommit. Just the damage that can be dealt can really set up the other weapons alongside them. And that's exactly what we see. Alex J will eventually fall to the molly, goes for an advantageous play, tries to hold his line but can't find the shot and goes down for his troubles. But Flowstate denying Polygon winning the second round after the pistol, it could certainly turn this game on its head. I mean, the fact that, even more on his head, I suppose, it's already been a dominance from Flowstate. If Polygon lose this thread, 14 should be able to be found by Flowstate.
Yeah, nice shot from Metix, though. We'll keep things a bit contested for Flowstate. So that was one of the better weapons, you could say. Obviously, we've seen so much work from the scouts, but it was one of the rifles. Something to mention, though, I feel like the Scout and Deagle combo, they work so well hand in hand. It's just one body shot of each weapon will confirm the kill. Miss run boost. Oh, Bell's caught out in the open, searching for one. We'll send the flashbang out. And the A-bomb site is open for the taking now. They can get a bomb down, and I feel like in a round like this, it has started off so roughly. You know, if you can just take a bomb plant, best case scenario, it's not all too bad. Obviously, they still want to fight for this round, but with a disadvantage, lack of utility, it's not going to be easy whatsoever. Oh, they are aware, and Bells will get the tag now. It's just Metix remaining, but they can just stick the bomb here. Metix is really going to struggle, but it doesn't matter. There we have it. The round is won. And Flowstate, as you mentioned, they do find 13. 14 should be guaranteed for them as well, as we're expecting a half buy from Polygon.
Yeah, with that bomb plant, it'll give them a bit more money to work with. They shouldn't really invest too much anyway, as it is just that 2.4k loss bonus. So we might just see a few pistols in play. I can't imagine too much else. I like this. A lot more reserved in terms of the sort of half buy that we've seen from them on their CG side. They invested quite heavily. Here, they've only spent a total of 1,700 amongst their whole team.
I love this aggression from Dima, though. They've got this player trapped currently, and now the nade will come through. Kind of expecting that. Bit of a Molotov as well on Dima, but we'll just back away. And the two players towards lower tunnels just getting destroyed by Sawalio. This nade should kill Poly.
Is gone. He's been trapped there for so long. Feels like it's only just that someone finally put him out of his misery. And Dima finds the final player. All 5 surviving for Flowstate, and he does give that feeling that this one's all said and done.
They've got to win 10 rounds out of the next 11 to just bring it to OT. And they need 11 in a row to close it out in regulation. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think it can happen. I love a comeback story. I love a bit of hope in a team, but I don't think it's going to happen this one.
We see some absolutely unbelievable comebacks in the SCL throughout all the seasons, and maybe this will be one of the ones that we're talking about seasons to come.
Yeah, you never know.
Now, that certainly isn't a great way to kick things off for Polygon, as Alasha finds the first kill.
Yeah, the problem they're definitely going to face in this round is the lack of utility. They've got 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and 3 Molotovs. Definitely not going to be easy, but they have just given away a pick as Metix does find Dima. A little bit of re-aggression there towards middle. The smoke will drop. And Metix could find another hit. So Walio needs to be very careful. It's just playing an off angle. It's all going to be about timing. Well, Metix gets a little bit bored holding that angle for quite some time and didn't really want to do it anymore. But Bells and Cade doing a great job here. Both finding their individual kills. Bit of the Metix chill cam, we'll call it. Just enjoying life. Yeah, just, you know.
Life after death here. That's what happens.
Oh, it's back alive.
I do actually love the third person view.
Maybe that should be the next
game mode.
Life after death.
No, I mean the third person CS.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think that'd be so difficult. Well, you can't even see your crosshair.
No, I think you got a crosshair still.
Okay.
But you're just in third person.
Oh, okay, we'll see if it works. Are you still in third person?
I'm still in third person. I'm enjoying Methics here.
Oh, okay. I brought things
certainly
back
could
into
be
the action.
last round though, Fred. Flowstate do lose the first kill though, but it doesn't seem for long. As Bells finds Methics.
Look at Dima here, Charlie. In such a great position, destined to find this one. And they're just peeking on their own. No flashbangs coming through. No utility. The Molotov finally will get sent, but I don't think it really matters. Bells towards the back of the bomb site, searching for a kill on the AWP. With 3 players towards long and Bells on the AWP, I feel like it's only a matter of time. Oh, finds the kill, gets the tag through him as well.
Look at the weapons they've got to try to fight for survival. With man disadvantage, they've got Galil on a half HP Alex J and Parlay on the Steagle. 2 Molotovs is all they've got to fight with. Bells takes down Parlay. It's all on this low HP Alex J, and Bells finishes him as well. 16-5 domination, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that's how the game really ended, but you know, I guess it's kind of, it ended how it was throughout. Just a really dominant showing from Flowstate. Congratulations, they get themselves 3-0. They've looked brilliant this season so far, and I feel like today was like no other. We've seen them dominating in their past games, and why would today be any other? I feel like all the individuals really stepping up when needed, and I feel like it all came from Sawalio. It was a bit of a snowball effect. Once we saw that aggression out long in round 3 and then once again in round 4, I feel like the confidence instilled on the rest of the team from that one individual was just what put them over the line. But such a dominant game, 16-5. What are your thoughts after that one, Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great looking start from Polygon, but it really felt like, I mentioned it earlier in the game, it felt like their economy on the CT side was so inconsistent so many times between all the players, as well as they just didn't have enough finances to consistently get these AWPs out. The util was always limited. You had players on for masses, players on MP9s, and it just felt like that there was something off about each of those rounds, and it has to just be, at least on their CT side, a bit of it brought down to the economy. But Flowstate, their T side, they were really thriving. The individuals stepping up massively. You mentioned Sawalio, he looked great in terms of his individuals. And then players like Bells as well. Fred, he had a 4 KD.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
5 at the end of the game. It's pretty unbelievable how good he looked there in terms of just, and he did end up top fragging that game, but it didn't feel like he was the star player on the team, which is the impressive part. It's just he got the kills he needed to get, and he was just there when his team needed him, and he stepped up above and beyond. But that's really putting Flowstate in a great position in the league table.
Yeah, maybe one team that we could be looking at to maybe rival beyond possible in the league rankings. Obviously, both of these teams currently unbeaten. Obviously, there are plenty of other teams that are unbeaten so far, but why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown on where these two teams are now in the league rankings after that one?
Yeah, you mentioned Flowstate obviously being able to rival beyond possible. They are right next to them on the leaderboard in 2nd place, just 1 spot behind beyond possible. 3-0 though right now, so 5 games left to play. A great looking start. Their round win difference is also looking sublime as well. On the other side of things aren't looking as great for Polygon as I think you can expect. They are right down near the bottom of the table, 0-2, and obviously just a game like that where it has been domination is really going to affect your round difference, and that's something that we have to point out. Obviously, a lot of the seasons, I know we love when it comes to the end of the regular season, really just questioning what team's going to make it in, because round difference has a big part of that. There's a lot of teams who will finish on similar records, and round difference is really going to be crucial. So even in these games where you are having quite a rough one, and you sort of can know in the back of your mind, this is probably going to be a loss, you do have to really fight till the end, just because the rounds that you do get are going to be so crucial. But Polygon in 37th, only 5 spots from bottom of the table, but we do still have a long time left of the season to go, like you mentioned, but it's really shaping up to be another banger.
Yeah, I feel like they've definitely had a bad start. I feel like there's no point sugarcoating it. They really haven't performed to the standard that they really want to aspire to be. But I guess, you know, as you mentioned, it is a long season. They can come back into this one. And obviously, I feel like we have this, not only the playoff periods, but there's a bit of a limbo where you're not in the position where you're going to be getting relegated, but you're also not getting yourselves into playoffs. And when you do have a tough start to the season, maybe that's the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe that's what you're going to be searching for. But it has been a great day of CS. That was obviously the last game here for us. I hope you guys did enjoy, and we'll be around tomorrow for plenty more matches.